Flogcast may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal Big Footy rules still apply. Alright, so this is the Flogcast for round one, launching the season. Starburns joined by Ant.
G'day.
Dan.
Howdy.
Teach.
Hello.
And joining us for the first time after an uneventful off-season, surprisingly, he's going to tell us why, Cooksen.
Hello. Cookie.
Oh, Cookie
Yes.
Monster. First St Kilda supporter ever on the Flogcast. Woohoo!
You are the moral winner of Vlogcasters.
We usually get them on after a win, just so they can spread some goo, and Cooksen gets to come on after St Kilda have an off-season with literally nothing happening. So that's about as good as it gets, isn't it?
And that's brought a tear to my
Why
eyes,
don't you set your
really.
dwarfs on fire or go after any schoolgirls? What's happening, Cookie?
I don't know, Richo's come in, cleaned everyone off. I mean, we just can't compete with the big clubs and their drugs. We can't compete with Harry O'Brien and him fucking going to Rastafarian on us.
Don't worry, Cookie, I still have faith that St Kilda will fuck something up.
on Wednesday night. Before we move on to drugs, because it is literally going to dominate this whole episode,
Sorry,
unfortunately, let's spread a little bit of goo, and let's just go back to relieve a bit of the hashtag tension. Hadouken was going to join us, but he's not here. So
He's celebrating.
He's
Yeah,
spreading
we're not-
that goo.
We're not going to have the gooey Kool-Aid tonight, so in that respect, we're fortunate. So it's on the rundown. We'll go through it. The World Cup, and I think it made a few people
They did it
thirsty.
for Clarkey. So brave. So
So brave.
Go Aussies!
See,
Isn't that the
yours.
most selfish bloody thing to do, to retire and make it all about you on the World Cup?
Oh, you could take full responsibility and then, not.
Shouldn't you just be humble and say, this is my last game after
humble,
the...
but they're not Kiwis, you know.
Oh, yeah,
Up
bloody
your
Brad Haddon
fucking
copped it all.
ass
Crap.
plugger. Pop
Uh,
that, you prick!
I mean,
Go
I
Aussies!
like the Kiwis are like going, what's this? The Aussies really are cunts, eh?
Ah, yeah, we're bitched as.
They're like, I haven't played them in how many years is it since we played New Zealand? Like
About
10?
4, I think.
I wonder why they didn't
Been a
realise
while.
how big a cunts our team is. They play to win.
We don't know how to play. We don't know how to play in Oz, bro. How do we do it?
But
I don't know, bro.
No, the ball's bouncing too high.
It was pretty funny,
supposed to be
to see
Kiwi
South Africa
accents.
choke again. Like, there are some things you can set your watch to. And the South was choking. Like, that was almost my favourite
Come
part
on,
of
there
the
was a
World Cup,
Saffer who
just
got
how
a
they lost
50
it.
for the first Saffer in, what was it, Elliot? He was
Yeah.
the first Saffer to get a 50 in a World Cup.
Is Australia the only side that doesn't have any fucking South Africans in it?
Yeah, probably.
Well, England's got one from every country. Like, that's how they have to have it.
They have
Just
a
to
few
show-
Saffers, so.
Just to show that, the Empire's still there. They make sure they have one from each country, including Ireland, who...
Do we have anyone from SA? That counts.
No. Well, Lehman, I guess. But yeah, if there's nothing else on that, we'll move on to all our drug stories. No more... Well, we'll come back to the cocaine later. We're gonna begin with Essendon. And
Not guilty. Hashtag.
Not convicted.
Yeah,
Not
got
convicted.
off. Wow.
See,
Yeah, the
the
dark-
bombers get off.
We have a new darkest day in Australian sport.
You were pretty upset with this,
You
weren't
were
you,
filthy.
Starburns? Yeah,
Oh,
Do the
Yeah,
podcast
you-
listeners need to learn about how Fifey was going to almost give up on tonight?
There wasn't going to be a
yeah,
Flogcast.
yeah. He had a really twitchy bumhole about this tonight because, all right, fellas, your butt hurt there.
I was severely disappointed. This is...
Irate.
I wasn't mad. I was
Yes, you were.
despairing. I would say it was a sookier melt than that. And I just want to say thank you off the bat to Shep, whose little meltdown on the bay made me smile enough to go, well, you know what, the show will go on tonight.
Right.
But yeah, it was a little bit melty.
Hey, come on, we're in the same league as Caro and who was.
Oh, we are too, yes.
So we were one of three, weren't we? We're the Axis of Evil, according.
We're Caro and Patrick Smith.
Caro, Patrick Smith, and the Flogcast.
According to Hodgepodge.
We are the Axis of Evil, and a comma is
and-
an and, except when it's not an and.
So yeah, we can't just abandon things because
I don't understand why anyone is really upset about this, because if they were supposed to be taking performance-enhancing drugs, they should be suing Stephen Dank because they've been fucking shit for 13 years.
Look, the verdict was insufficient evidence. And,
Can anyone say they're surprised?
No. Because they're...
I honestly thought they'd get done. I genuinely thought, and it's concerning, #concerning, that, like, are we any doubt that they did it?
No, they did it.
Any
Of course
doubt.
they did.
It's just like,
They did.
Yeah, someone, which sets the precedent, I guess, and this is the point.
Well, it
that
doesn't
someone
say
else
it
can do
does-
it in future and get away.
No, but it doesn't because the problem here is no one tested positive. So the burden of proof was on Asada, and Asada dropped the ball.
I know Asada dropped the ball, but what if Asada dropped the ball again? Like,
Lance
Asada
Armstrong
vigilant,
never
Then you
tested
get
positive.
so
you
vigilant for a while,
you
but
sacked them.
eventually it's going to taper off again, and that's what's concerning.
Just remember-
Let Cookie have a say.
Cheaters is possible.
Well, what do
Yeah.
you think, Cookie?
The only reason why Essendon got off is because they shredded the fucking records the moment the AFL tipped them off day one.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why. If the Asada didn't do the right, if Asada should have just said, "No, fuck the AFL, we're gonna get these pricks." Done that. That happens. It's a 6-month thing. Essendon are gone. We all had the last in 2013 or whenever.
Well, there you go. If you're going to do drugs at AFL clubs, make sure you write everything down on paper instead of doing emails and shit.
Or maybe
Can't
don't
delete
write
an email.
anything down and just shred everything.
Yeah. Because that raises the big issue. I mean, how Hunter's suing because he wants to know what the hell he got injected with could be like.
And they still can't tell them. And Joe Watson actually made a point of that in his press conference today, where they were in plain clothes and they were away from Essendon.
And then he had to tuck in his tail in his pants.
He wasn't. There was a definite stern tone to that press conference that they are clearly still unhappy, and work cover still might come in, and that might.
Well,
be
work
what
cover's
fucks
going to fuck Essendon. They're not
Asada
gonna
might
play us.
still appeal as well, or Wada.
I get the feeling by McDevitt's statement that they won't appeal. Wada could just go fuck you, but I don't think Asada's going to, unless, and this is the big thing, that Stephen Dank's not been decided on. Like, they held off on
The only
Essendon
way
official.
they will appeal if they get Charter or that chemist. What was his name?
Dank.
Dr.
However-
Nick or something.
Yeah.
Hi everybody.
Dr. Nick.
Unless one of them changed their mind and appeal. But
Yeah, basically, or
Sorry, and
if
testify.
the tribunal finds Stephen Dank guilty, they might, they might read that judgment.
oh,
because
you
that's
mean
not
like
been-
Stephen Dank goes, "Fuck you! If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me."
Well, no, that might actually, maybe that'll happen, maybe not, but just,
I kind of think it's dead now. They've got away with it.
I guess the point is, how can you make the argument if Stephen Dank gets found guilty, say, next week, and they try and lump all the blame on Dank, and there's no...
That's what the AFL want.
I know that's what the AFL want. How can you argue the case of the players being innocent?
How can
and
the
Dank being
Cronulla
guilty?
players?
No,
you
the players are not convicted. They're not. It's kind of like
Not
The-
convicted. Sorry, not convicted.
It's
Yeah, I
pretty much
mean-
the players on a 34 individuals, as 34 individuals unrelated to each other, gone, but on the whole, they can still be done. The club can still be done. Dank's probably going to be done. So I think Essendon being found guilty today would have been a better result than being found not guilty, because they're going to be open up to so many lawsuits, and I don't think any insurance is going to cover them.
if the health issues actually do turn up, then yeah, that's when the lawsuit's going to come.
But they'll be in a good place. And we've been hearing that all day. Like,
I'm not sure if a coffin's a good place.
it was.
I'm shocked to be laying here.
He was really sorry. I mean, did you see him? Did you see him give the crocodile tears?
Yeah.
And go, "I'm so sorry that this all happened." What
Like,
a
and I pointed this out on the bay where he said, I
What a
would never do
fucker.
this to the players or them. He sounds like the shifty guy doing the new
he's an
press
arsehole.
the press conference plea because his wife and his kids are, inverted commas, missing. but he's gone and killed them and actually buried them in a forest somewhere. That's what Heard was like. It was like the guy giving that insincere, please come home.
O.J.
Like,
O.J.
"I wouldn't
Simpson."
hurt you."
Yeah.
Can you hear the passion in Fifey's voice there? I think he's still a little bit upset.
Hey, someone's got to, because Penal hasn't shown up either, and he was not quite the same, but he was close. What else have we got on Essendon? Like, there were a whole bunch of press conferences today. Everyone seemed to want to have a say, from the players to Essendon to
Well, there were a bunch of
McDevitt,
fuckwits driving past the
McLaughlin.
Windy Hill and Tullamarine, tooting their horns and waving their scarves out the window like they'd won a fucking premiership.
I think VJ Nutt was there taking notes.
You know, I don't get it. They've been shit for 13 years. You know, why are they so excited that, they didn't get banned? They're shit. The players are shit. They're not going to do any better this year.
James is vindicated, and this is why, like, I don't begrudge the players, but this is why I wanted the ban, because we're still going to have the Essendon dipshits chugging the Kool-Aid going, they're innocent. And it's just like, just to shut them up, it would have been fantastic, because we've seen a greater influx of Essendon supporters today than we did, of Cola flogs a couple of weeks ago. It's just been, yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck because they're still shit and they're not going to win it. So there you go.
There's a reason why bloody Kevin Sheedy's brought back. It's not for fucking any business reason. It's to keep an eye on Herd, because Herd is a fucking dumb shit coach. With big
yes.
There was some smugness in his presser. Did we catch that when he was talking about him and Little and how they hadn't always seen eye to eye or something? It was just this kind of like nod, haha, you couldn't sack me.
When's he's not been a smug dick?
What else have we got on Essendon?
Clinton Jones is going to burn the place down. Got the night of contract. He's shattered.
We've got as much on Essendon as Asada did.
That one's good.
What else do we have? Like, there is a whole bunch of stuff to go with the Essendon thing. Who thinks they'll appeal?
Nah.
I'm leaning towards they won't.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
I think it's all going to go away now. It'll all go away.
Asada won't appeal. Wada might.
No.
As I said, shit's going to come down when it's like wherever the player's retired and all that stuff. But I just want to point out, can I get the fucking $80 or the one when Mitchell wants the Brownlow?
No, you'll never see that. I don't know. I've got nothing else on this, and like, there's a whole bunch of stuff we probably could have said, but
Fuck you, Essendon.
without Hadouken pushing buttons, there's only so much you can get out of it. But once again, thank you, Shep, for melting.
How do you think the
podcast?
How do you think the top-up players feel about this?
Oh, well, they're fucked. They've got to go home now.
Yeah, but they got paid. They got paid for those NAB games.
Yeah, I think they gave Clinton Jones a Happy Meal, so he was. Yeah.
I hope he didn't go to Macca's with Tom Hawkins, because he would have lost.
He wouldn't have eaten anything, mate.
No, he would have lost a lot.
But if we've got nothing on them, we have a whole bunch of other drugs. Let's move on to this one. Is pretty funny. Collingwood and how's this pronounced?
I pronounce it clenched butthole.
Ooh, so
And sure,
it's a positive.
These are positive tests.
Bad news, because as I posted on the bay today, food is metabolised differently as it goes through your stomach into your intestines as the stuff that you inject.
Listen to Dr. Teach here.
And so, yeah, there's a different signature on the test, and they're fucked. They're going down to Chinatown.
They're in a bit of trouble when the best defence they're going to be able to make on this that could work is that it was cocaine cut with the shit.
They'll pop an
Or,
Eckies.
aren't they saying it's a fat steak from a New Zealand cow?
Oh, that's what they're saying, and the Kiwis are a bit upset again.
Yes.
They've had a bad week.
They've had a bad week. Very bad week.
First we'll mean to them on the cricket field, and then we'll mean to their meat industry. But no, like, dodgy steak, that's Contador played that card, like, and
I reckon they're fucked.
he was dirty.
These guys are fucked.
Yeah, no, it's got to be the cocaine thing, which I guess is bad news enough.
So what's the cocaine thing?
They cut cocaine with this substance.
Yeah.
So they've snorted cocaine.
They've snorted cocaine.
Inadvertently had this drug.
Yes.
Yeah, so
that makes.
This has actually got a whole bunch of extra connotations.
Yeah, because the players are all
drug.
coke fiends, aren't they? Well, it's not just Collingwood players. There's a lot of players that like to snort.
Buddy.
Dustin, sorry.
No, he's on ice.
Oh, yeah, true. He's definitely on ice.
Explains his shit haircut.
What But it's pretty. It's
when he
going
gets
a bit
stabbed.
endemic now, isn't it? There seems to be fucking drugs coming out of every corner.
Yeah, well, Eddie's going to have to.
Dusty probably has a
put
better
out
chance
2
running
spot
from the
fires.
cops than Cousins does.
I think Eddie's already turfed them. He said if they get found guilty, they're fucked. He's turfed them.
And it won't hurt them because these two are fringe players. I mean,
I didn't even know who they were.
Yeah, I didn't know who they were either.
But he still has to put out 2 spot fires, of one being illicit and one being PEDs. Like, that's not good.
Now, what if they come clean and say it was because they were taking snorting coke? So that means they'll get a strike, and do they get
Good point.
do they get a slighter sentence from ASADA because it was not intentional use of that drug, but they get the strike from the AFL with 3 strikes?
because
no. You're better off taking on ASADA because you'll win.
it's a it's a performance enhancing substance. So
But
even
even
though if
had
they
it
took
by
a
mistake.
if they took a
True,
illicit
because
drug,
Saad took it by the shake by mistake and he still got whacked, didn't he?
yeah.
Maybe but it might mean a 1-year ban instead of a 4-year ban or something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, who knows? We don't even know who these fucking guys are, so, get out.
Oh,
Like a ban.
Cookie knows who one of them is, don't you? The St Kilda player.
The 2 Collingwood players are Lockie Keith and Josh Thomas. And the Carlton player is Tom Bell. St Kilda player is apparently Tom Hickey.
Talking about the Carlton
Right.
player, did you see MEB's post today about how they hate cheats? They want nothing to do with cheats.
I thought Adam H's post about saying Collingwood having more drug cheats. I'm going, that's a fucking backfire.
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't read out any name there that is of any significance, so,
Band player's band player, man.
yeah,
Well,
but
it's still a list spot that you lose.
that's true. Yeah, if you get down through injuries and you can't field a full squad, then
Or you're
And
actually-
also, I know you don't pay much attention to teams you teach because you haven't noticed the problems with Geelong's, but Hickey is actually coming along all right.
yeah, no, he was a good
he's-
player, but fuck
And he's
no.
at St Kilda, so a half decent player at one club is a star at St Kilda. So it's different degrees here, man. You got to look at it from their eyes.
Yeah. Star Ruckman gone for the year. Fucking have to rely on longer.
I'm not going to hand shit on St Kilda now. That
Holy shit, you might actually pick the American guy.
Yeah. I've got him on Supercoach.
I'm going to put him in my Supercoach now. I'm going to make a note of that.
Is he negative points on it? Like you actually gain Supercoach points back?
He's as cheap as they come. He's like right on the bottom pricing level, and now if they're without Tom Hickey, it's Billy Longer, and that guy might go to number 2 because Stanley's gone. Wow, yeah.
Move on.
So nothing else on Collingwood, St Kilda, or I'm sure there's more we can say.
They're all fucking idiots.
Football is stupid.
After Essendon and all this, you think, I won't take any drugs, or at least any drugs and no stupid substance. I mean, for God's sake, if they took them and they got busted, just hit them with a book.
You know why all these players are getting caught though with this drug? Because look at them, all right? They're all pretty average, as been said, and this is why Swanee don't get caught. Swanee gets paid well, so his cocaine is pure, okay? And down the bottom here, they just got to take whatever the fuck it's cut with. So yeah, allegedly.
So what are you saying? Get the good stuff.
Well, if you're high paid, you're not going to get caught because there's not going to be other stuff in it. There's no steroids.
Go for pure Colombian.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's a good message to send to the kids, Starburns.
If you're going to have drugs, have the good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight from Carmichael.
Well,
Because people
that's
were
what,
saying, well, why does he need to do it? Maybe he was just feeding a niche market of, and you have like your car sales vendors down the bottom, and then you have your premium car sales. Maybe he was like the premium drug pusher, for the AFL Elite. Because people were saying, why would a guy have that much money need to push drugs? But he was feeding a service.
It's all pure stuff.
Yeah.
It's dodging ASADA.
He wants to be Scarface.
Let's move on to the third, because this is, it's another drug suspension. This time, I think many people were happy to see this one because stand by Pinchy.
that little fucking smirking cunt has been busted. Fucking eat it.
I've
And that comes from the Geelong supporters. Anyone else surprised by that?
I actually am. Fucking Ryan Crowley. I mean, surely if you're going to inject or give a Freo player some performance-enhancing drugs, give it to someone decent.
They'll give him painkillers, won't they? It was like a dodgy painkiller that you have after you've had surgery. It's that strong.
No, but Crowley is the type of player that he feels a niche in their team, so he's actually going to be missed because he's an annoying piece of shit, but he does his job well. Of being a piece of shit.
Yeah, who's gonna get force Stevie J to kick people in the head and shit like Teach asked for last year?
We'll drag Steve Baker out of retirement.
He smiles like
Quentin Jones.
He smiles like a little fucking cunt.
So what about Valentine? I thought he...
So good that he has been busted. Eat it!
As I said, spot the Geelong supporter whose players get tagged out of the game by him every time.
That makes the 2013 grand final appearance tainted now. And by association, I think we have to put a question mark on Hawthorn's premiership for that year. Sorry,
well, that's still coming down from their injunction anyway, so...
Man, everyone's tainted. Just wait till the pufferfish get done.
God, everyone's on something, aren't they? This is getting out of hand.
Except Melbourne, they're on tranquilizers.
Well, if
Weren't
Harry
they
gets
on-
his way, they'll be on.
Weren't they on the cream, the rub-on
Hey, man.
version of AOD or something?
Oh, they were too. And if we're finished,
Oh,
do we have any more? Do we have any more on Crowley before we move
Suck
on?
shit.
Nah, fuck him.
All
Good
I have to
riddance.
say is, I may have actually said this on another podcast, but this is a quote from Matthew Boyd on Crowley. He has said, "My 2-year-old makes more sense than Crowley."
Yes, I
When he's
remember that.
talking- He thinks he's a retard, basically.
2-year-old son's a better footballer than Crowley already. I have no sympathy for that pinchy piece of shit.
Ah, fuck him.
Pick the North supporter.
Die in a ditch, you cunt.
The Geelong and the
Oh.
Maltese.
Teach, put in a call to old Mildura boy, he'll dig a hole for you.
Punchy pit.
If there's nothing else on that, we will move on to Melbourne being on the green, and well, maybe not because it apparently was asked for a while ago. But how is Heretia going Rasta and wanting an exemption?
Pass
to
the
promote
Dutchie down the left-hand side.
It's
Pass the Dutchie down the left-hand side.
The leadership
Jamon's-
group meeting's got a lot more interesting now.
This guy's fucking unbelievable, isn't he? He's just.
Nothing ceases to amaze me whenever I hear something about this guy.
I know.
Listen, occasionally you get past as a footballer. You're gonna need to have a joint. I mean, I just want to see a Rastafarian press conference like, "Yo, man, we're taking it one game at a time, man. We're playing kicking wild in the back half."
Jack wants to mix this
But
one.
him going to the AFL asking him if he was okay.
How do you reckon that meeting went?
Like, can I take banned substances that are illegal?
Can I smoke this because it's a religious thing? And Dimitri is probably sitting there going,
Are you high right now?
What's his next religion? Where's he going next? Because it's Buddhism, and now it's Rasta, and a bit of
Scientology.
No. He's building up the Church of Harry.
Church of Harry. Oh, he's going to start his own.
Yeah, and it'll be,
Harrytology.
he'll be able to do whatever the fuck he wants. The feast of maximum occupancy.
Well, he's already
does
called
that
himself
mean-
the Prince, so there you go.
Yeah, the prince. He is the one who laughs last and laughs first, too, from the sound of things.
So does that mean Buckley is like the fucking Satan of that religion then?
Oh, it would be, yes. Yes. Good
Well,
one.
all religions need to have a devil to, instill
The
fear
evil-
in their flock, because otherwise, why would you follow this stupid shit?
So the evil Buckley and the evil 8 Chins Maguire.
Yes. Yeah. That's the devil and the devil's son. So,
And
good one, Cookie.
what?
Thanks, Matrox. Well done. High five.
How would Devil Buckley look? Like, I'm just trying to think about it. It'll be
I reckon he'd
the
just
evil
look the
fig
same,
ja-
wouldn't
the
he?
evil fig jam. It'd probably be that photo of him without his shirt on.
He'd need to, without his shirt on, but he'd need to have a little bit of a facelift to pull his hair up. And
Maybe a bit like Ron Perlman out of Hellboy.
yes, indeed, yes. That'd
He's
go
got a
down
blocky
well.
shaped head like him, but he's not as ugly as that guy. But
The fucking chin. Yeah. What else do we have on Heretia? Look, this guy's in Melbourne's leadership group. Like,
well, it shows what a joke Melbourne are. I mean, have you noticed
Well,
there's that's bleeding them?
he's always been a complete fucking idiot. We know that.
well, we didn't know it for a long time until he started opening his
Oh,
mouth.
well, I mean, did you guys just wake up yesterday, did you? I mean,
Well, no.
he's a
but he
fucking
went a
idiot.
good 5 years before people knew he was an idiot.
That's because he was probably an idiot who knew and never had a soapbox basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but you make a good point. If he is in the leadership group at Melbourne, what the fuck?
Is Bernie Vince in the leadership group up there? Because that would be quite a contrast.
Well, they've
No, I don't
basically
think
got
so.
I know Daniel Cross is in their leadership.
Everyone who they got from somewhere
Yeah,
else.
basically, and
Chris Dawes is in there.
Yeah,
Oh.
Seriously,
It's well, it's a vacuum, isn't it? It's like
it's a fucking black hole. No wonder why they lose players hand over fist every year since the free agencies come in. Who the fuck would want to play for them?
how much is Nathan Jones on then? So he's still there, so he'll be probably at least on $1 million a year.
No.
he'd have to be on a lot. Like I'm just
But
trying
also,
to think of where their money would be.
he's one of those players who goes in hard, but he's not that good. I mean, he's a good, solid inside midfielder, but his skills he's an average player. But it's just because he tries hard, he's the best thing Melbourne have.
He's a pretty flower among weeds. He stands out.
He's a fucking robust weed among shit.
Well, that's where flowers grow, eh?
Because a flower would mean, a bit of outside talent or something, which he doesn't have. He's just he's a good, solid player. I rate Jones, but I rate him the way I rate Daniel Cross. He does his job.
Oh, he can't kick.
Come on.
Harsh, that's harsh, man.
No, what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say though is he does his job. He's not the flashy outside player.
He's a solid campaigner.
Exactly.
Nathan Jones.
Would Nathan Jones get a game in every side in a competition?
Every side
Yes,
that needs an
Then
inside
he's a good
midfielder.
player.
Yes.
Every side that needs
Like-
an inside midfielder.
It's like you're saying that bloody. I'm trying to think who's a good outside ball user. Come on.
Stephen Hill.
Yeah, Stephen Hill worked. It's like saying Stephen Hill's like Pritis. That cross Jones comparison.
Well, Jones and
as
Pritis are kind
Dan's
of like each
neighbour
other.
said, who the hell is Matt Pritis?
Anyway,
Oh, God, he's a Brownlow medalist too. Shit. That still surprises me.
Yeah, it surprises half the West Coast board too.
that's it's gold, isn't it?
Probita's pointed out to me where the recent turn that thread has taken, and there's people in there arguing that McGinnity's a better footballer than Pritis.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's just it's an amazing sort of train wreck that's never going to end. I think it almost warrants a West Coast supporter to say the darndest things thread. If we've got nothing else on the Mamba or any of the other drug things, anything on those? Or are we just about done
We've
with
done it
drugs?
to death.
Yeah.
Given up on drugs?
We've
Yeah.
snorted, we've shot, we've injected, we've teachers done his suppositories. It's all been done.
All right, let's move on to we'll briefly go over the NAB. Did anyone notice him? I think out of the NAB, everyone's hashtag concerning
But-
after the NAB for some reason.
Collingwood's
Yeah.
the best, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Collingwood got rolled by the Dogs, and they were mostly full strength.
They were.
Brisbane
full strength.
finished on top of the ladder, didn't they?
Yeah, but they always do that kind of
That's
shit.
true.
Like,
Yeah, it was
Um,
Collingwood, a full strength Collingwood got done by 10 goals. Hashtag concerning.
But I'm very, very excited by the cockatoo with the phone. Hello, Cocky! Hello, Cocky!
you found some youth.
The Nokia cockatoo. Yes.
Nokia.
Geelong finally found some youth.
Yeah,
Singular.
Yeah. Well, at least we got one.
Yes, singular.
At least we got one. Jeez.
He's already gone past Smeds and Murder.
That's not saying much, to be honest.
It's a good thing you got him because after your recruitments of bloody Stanley.
Thanks for pick 21. Thanks for Goddard.
Hang
Come
on,
Cookie,
hang on.
I'll have to. Sorry, Cookie. I have to ask you a question on that. Did you
Stan-
basically jump for joy when you got pick 21 for that spot?
Hang on. Stanley hasn't played because he's been rested. Because
Shut up, Deech. I want to hear
You
what
said that 2 or 3 weeks ago.
he's an important player. So he's being rested.
the
I'll
Cookie.
say this. I'll laugh.
They're saving him for the grand final
I
sprint.
laughed
And you
out
don't
loud
get
when it
fucked.
happened.
Sorry,
I
mate.
laughed out loud when it happened because I didn't think we'd get picked 21. I thought maybe like pick in the 40s or 30s.
You were thinking
but
like a packet of chips or something, weren't you? And maybe
Yeah.
a can of Coke.
but instead we get a key defender for the next 15 years, which is just fucking
Exactly.
amazing.
So Geelong.
Did you melt it? Did you melt a little bit over that, Dan? Considering North only got 25 for Greenwood.
Well, Green.
I melted
Levi
over it because I
had
thought
one year.
seriously I melted over the Stanley one because we got the pick Liam Jones was worth, which Stanley should have got. I was like, where's my pick 21?
And that's justification, according to some, that Jones is worse than Stanley.
That's a Carlton problem now.
Just like, that's just like asking, would you like cancer or AIDS?
Well, you can fuck off. It's gonna be good.
I would like to also point out, like, Geelong have really gotten into love with someone called Cock very fast. I mean, I'd thought that would be a Hawthorn thing, to be honest.
It's
Sis?
cockatoo. They love
they
a
like the
cockatoo down at Geelong.
Gotcha.
That was a very long bow there, Cooksen, and a shit joke.
Nothing patronising about that.
What do you think, Cooksen?
Oh, we don't care anymore.
Still a better joke than picking up Bruce Stanley.
Oh, return
Hey,
to
that was a
Earth.
good one. That was a
You
save.
saved it.
Yep.
Oh well,
Well done,
I mean,
Atrox.
you've survived your baptism of fire, you cunt.
You cunt.
I just want to also yell at fucking Dermot Barrington. All right, I know we're getting done by fucking Hawthorn by 100 odd points, but for fuck's sake, mate, you expect Paddy McCartan to be Nick Riewoldt? It's like, oh, he's not trying so much. Oh, it's like, fuck up, you dumb
The
cunt.
thing you got to learn about Dermot is he likes to talk to hear his own voice, so he'll say whatever as long as it means he gets to talk for a while.
It's a
He
bit like
loves
Steve
the
on
sound of his
podcast.
own voice.
Oh no, it's such a fucking peroxide dipshit straight from the 80s.
I'd be careful. There's a lot of peroxide dipshits at us in Killer. You've had a history of them.
You got a point. You got a point there, Ant.
We got rid of them though.
Let's have a look at what else there was in the NAB challenge. Anything else that caught the eye since our last?
Collingwood are a
Roof
bit.
at the dome.
Oh, the
Terrible.
roof. Yeah, let's talk about
Yeah.
the roof. What do we
Close
think of
it.
the roof?
Close it.
So a North supporter wants the roof closed.
On a sunny
really?
day, they have to
That's
close it.
surprising.
The Scott brothers teamed up on that one. What a
I
surprise!
agree. I've been to games before on a sunny day, and it's shit because most football grounds they're supposed to be north south or east west. I can't remember which way they're supposed to be.
East West.
Yeah. So Etihad is north south. So
Correct.
the sun's in your eyes in the stands. It's a pain in
It's
the ass.
terrible at Grant. It's terrible
If
on
it's an
TV.
overcast day but it's not raining, leave it open. But if it rains, just close it.
Sorry, I've just found something about the NAB. Are we still on the roofs?
The
No,
roof.
we can go to the next subject if you like.
No, if we've got more to say, we can say more.
I pretty much said what I
Tell
wanted
us the
to say.
roof. And nothing but the roof.
Okay. This is something, yes, and we discussed Melbourne earlier. But how was Melbourne losing to the replacements?
Oh,
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't match fixing.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
They lost to
I think,
Essendon.
Lockie had a bet both ways on it.
This is how does Melbourne lose to that team? Admittedly, it was Essendon's strongest team they submitted all NAB because they actually let a few players like Zaharakis out. But if you're losing to that, fucking hell, something's wrong.
Well,
that's-
they only beat
the replacements.
Melbourne also, in a full strength team, only beat the Bulldogs' first year players by a kick. So there's
Start-
Just goes to show how
starting
far
to get
back
concerned
Melbourne
about my
still are.
Carlton wooden spoon tip right now.
But come on, Hogan, he's the great white hope.
Yeah, that didn't kill Jack Watts off.
Dave.
We're gonna have a new meme. Jack Watts, sorry, Hogan likes this, yeah.
No, if they managed to fuck up Hogan though, just close the club. It's done. There's no recovering from that.
You got to wonder what the point is where you close the club. Maybe the day Lumumba becomes captain.
Oh, Jesus, no.
The most politically correct team in history. You would have a gay, you would have a ranger, you would have someone with an afro. It'd be fucking fantastic with a PR.
Yeah, and you'd have the Rasta.
People would run out with the bells going, ping, ping.
Dalai Lama would be the number one ticket holder.
You love the bells, don't you, Tej?
Well, I mean, that's what the Buddhas do.
Anyway, let's move on to a couple of the talking points. And Ant mentioned it before. Lockie Hunter, bet more Bulldog.
Oh,
No, that was a funny hashtag.
Not convicted.
Not convicted.
So what? So what
Oh,
happened?
so-
tricks.
so-
Someone used
There you
his
go.
account.
No, so we are basically at half time during the Melbourne and Bulldogs game, he realised, this is his story, so you can believe it's bullshit or not, but he reported himself half time of the game saying there's been a multi-bet being put on, and one of the bets was Melbourne to beat the Bulldogs.
I think he gave didn't he give the account to his mate or something
Yeah,
like that?
David,
VFL player.
Icarano or something like that is a good mate of his. He's a VFL player. Apparently the story goes he placed the bet. Whether or not it's true or not, but the AFL believed it, and he got a not convicted.
fucking cheating cunt, eating any tank.
So I guess the fact that he reported himself before the game was over, maybe you could say he may be telling the truth. But according to a lot of Essendon supporters and one very melty Geelong supporter, which I can't remember his name, they're still angry. I mean, that thread on the main board is still going. There's still people complaining about it.
That's because he threw the game. Admittedly,
He wasn't even playing in the game though.
You could argue with that game. It's very silly to bet against Melbourne to win because Melbourne are the tankers.
Maybe that's why when he realised his mate had bet the wrong way, that Melbourne he's going, oh, you idiot! I know. I'll go to my club and say, that'll
Do you
teach me
think
a
it would
lesson.
have made a difference if he was playing?
Nah.
Lockie Hunter, if he was
Yeah.
playing, we would have
Yeah.
won because we would have had one less kid in the team and one third-year player.
No, I mean as in the verdict of him getting off.
I reckon the fact if he wasn't playing, maybe that. Oh, actually, I don't know.
It probably did work in his favour because then he couldn't actually influence the result.
Yeah.
And also, he reported himself at half-time before the game was over. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm willing to guess it was a mistake.
I don't really care, man.
It was
if I gotta find that Geelong
pretty
supporter's
funny
name,
hashtag.
MC Extra Dollop. This guy won't let it go.
Who came up?
Who is he? Teach? He's just some Geelong supporter. He's
Is
not
he in the
happy.
cheer squad with you, Teach?
I've seen him around a bit, but he's a bit of an infrequent poster.
He's a bit
So-
tin foil out over this one. Apparently, it's an AFL conspiracy that some relatively unknown Bulldogs player is getting off. It's an AFL conspiracy.
Oh, I couldn't give a fat fuck. I mean, it's just it's over a NAB Cup game, and as you say, self-reported and everything. So I'm just winding you up. So I mean, I don't care.
But the thing is, I don't give a fuck either.
It's like, why would you bet on a NAB Cup game anyway? I mean, Jesus.
I know.
Christ.
Why would you? I
And
mean,
Melbourne.
seriously. I mean, you gotta have a fucking problem if you're betting on NAB Cup games.
I don't know why they run a
If you're
market.
betting on NAB Cup games, you got a fucking problem.
You're asking for trouble if you're betting on NAB games because, well, we all know how they go. It's fucking lottery.
Unless Sydney
Brisbane
playing,
go
but you always bet
undefeated.
against them.
Anyway, let's move on to the last talking point we have, which is Carlton are bringing in a Ring of Honour.
We got food
Um,
prices.
What the hell is that?
for-
Hey, you
it's-
shouldn't laugh.
they're
That's better
honouring
than the
Colt-
key ring. Hall of Fame.
No, it's their busted arsehole. That's the ring.
They're honouring past Colt figures, and they're going to start with Fev. So they're going to wheel him out before round
He'll
one.
put it on his
But-
dick.
So they've gone from we know what smell what the Blues are cooking to what the Carlton's Ring of Fire.
But we know what the Blues are cooking sausages, so we already know what they're cooking. Why was asking the question?
Yeah, they're pushing them out now.
If we're in any luck, the Hobbits will throw the fucking ring in the fucking fire of doom.
They will just gamble it away anyway. Why the fuck are we worrying?
Well, it's just funny that Carlton have reached a point, and their membership, which I think we touched on, was pitiful. They fell short of their 5,000 target in 5 weeks by, they didn't even get a third of the way there. They had to ask for AFL help for their membership. And so now they're getting desperate stakes. They're bringing Fev back. Who else
What's
do we
wrong
want
with their marketing department?
But no, to
Why
be
can't
fair,
they-
Because they've
Vola
used
would
up all
still
their
be-
slogans.
No,
They
but
don't have anything left.
There's only so much bloody sausages and shit people will eat.
You
Yeah.
can't use their cooking because as Cooksen said, we know they've been cooking snags. You can't ask that question again
Why don't they go to the underworld and ring in all the crims?
because they're all dead.
They spent the money
Oh,
on drugs.
yeah,
That's
that's
why they have
right.
Drugs issue.
Yeah, they got shot, didn't they?
But think about it. Bringing Favola back is actually a stroke of genius. He would be their best key forward right now, even in his fat state.
Yeah, he would.
Oh, who else have they got? Casbolt, Liam
And
Jones,
Liam Jones and
some other guy.
Henderson, Lockie Henderson.
Henderson.
He's
Henderson
alright.
goes all right, but
Yeah, I like how we just go, oh yeah, he's alright.
but yeah, who else do we want to see? What other Carlton figures? I want to see Lawrence Angwin. That would be.
I posted Glenn Manton in the thread on the bay.
Oh, yes.
I
Good
think
one.
someone mentioned
I saw
Dorothy.
that.
He'd have a hand on it, wouldn't he?
What about that
Johnny
albino
Patton.
golly, that albino gollywog? What was his name?
Albino
Oh, Mill
Gollywog.
Hannah.
No,
He had no hair.
No, the one who
Oh,
got
sorry,
sacked for
you
the
mean,
selfie.
Oh, Bootsma.
Bootsma, yeah, bring him back.
No,
Albino gollywog.
How about maybe?
He's going to play at Peel with with Colin Sylvia. He's going to end up at Freo.
What about Andrew Walker's hat? Should that get a ring?
Oh, it's probably the most exciting thing to happen at Carlton in the last 3 years. So yeah, why not?
Wait, I got the best one that Carlton can bring back for their Ring of Honor. Let's bring back Stephen O'Reilly.
Dorotich could do a wank around as he went around the oval. That'd be exciting for the perverts.
He could pull
It'd
out all the
be a
snags.
hands-on experience, kind of like
It would be a very hands-on experience.
kind of like Family Day.
He'll be the sausage handler at the barbecue.
Yes.
But yeah, do we have anything else on that or?
Well, I think we've run out of Dorothy's dick jokes. So.
Yeah, we have.
We did have the food pricing and we failed it last time. I think the only good bit we had was Penal's My Stadium Rules joke. Do we want to go back to the cheap food pricing or?
Well, isn't Etihad now has the cheapest
Etihad's
pies?
on board. Yeah.
Yep. And the West Australians are all whinging. I still have to pay $20 for a pie and sauce. we dig up the ground. It's not fair.
Fuck them.
We want to secede. Then we'll be happy with our $20 pies and chips.
Jesus, if you paid $2 for the shit that you got at the footy, you'd come out ahead. But it's yeah. I mean, why would you? It's fucking awful food.
Well, I don't know.
You just need to go out of the ground and get something decent.
Well,
you
exactly.
do that
Every
now.
time I go, like, I've got to Etihad at the station there. There's all these fast food joints at Spencer Street Station. Eat before
Schnitz,
the game.
get some Nando's.
Yeah.
I think you can bring in fast food now anyway.
Yeah, you can. They've relaxed that rule too. It's like completely
But I've smuggled in a whole chicken in the football ground, so it's not that hard to bring food in.
chicken.
Yeah.
He was doing a video for Melbourne. Ooh, bitch, get out of the way.
A live chicken, Cooksen.
No, one of those fucking preheated ones. I was hungry, and my mate's going, yeah, we'll just bring a chicken and a pizza in the MCG. Why not?
So did you smuggle it under your shirt?
No, I just put it in a bag and walked right in through.
It was
And
It was there as
in your
going.
bag. They moved the chicken out of the way.
it was gone.
Pick up your water bottle and go, what's in this, son? It's just that.
Who's sneaking chickens into the MCG?
Cookie.
He put one under his jacket or something.
Just put it in
He
a
did
bag.
he sneaked one in and he murdered it in a voodoo ritual trial and then they cooked it up and that's how we got around the food restrictions.
Unfortunately, it was on the day when we lost by like 20 odd goals to Hawthorn, so the voodoo ritual failed miserably.
At least you had a full stomach.
I thought you took it to the Giants game and showed the chicken to Josh Hunt.
Just while you went playing Geelong, Hawkins would have jumped the fence. I
Or
smell
Carl.
chicken.
KFC boy.
Anyway, I think we've covered just about all that, so we'll go to this month on the Bay. And thread of the month, and look, I'd like to start with nominating the Obsession Tracker, which I think has been fantastic, and I reckon it might deliver some lols during the year, hopefully. Anyone else got anything?
The pufferfish one was pretty good.
Pufferfish, Betmore Bulldog thread.
Cricket thread was pretty good.
It's been going forever.
Yeah, it's been there for a while, that one.
Yeah, fair enough.
We got anything else? Like, sounds like the pufferfish is a popular choice. We happy with the pufferfish thread?
Yeah, we can go with the pufferfish one.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Right, let's move on to Flog of the Month. And look,
This is easy.
I think yes, this is a runaway one for his Joe Bluth impersonation. It's got to be Jades.
AIDS.
Jades.
Jades. Do you
Right.
like a massive melt or kind of a semi-melt in the Richmond
No,
fail
it was
thread?
a reasonably large melt over about his $900 suit.
This is a guy that you suggested bringing on this program. Starburns. Yeah, you did. You put down. Yeah, you put out down a list somewhere of people you wanted to
Get
possibly come on
fucked.
here. It was
if
him.
you-
It was
if you
VJ
actually-
Knight. It was Cookie.
There was
a few others.
And if you did that, you would have had to sit back and go, I've made a huge mistake.
I would have ripped into it.
I would get bombers on before I got that guy on.
Well, where did you? You must have posted it in the
Yeah,
No.
you said you
combo
would have
box.
Redacted.
on and his cousin.
Well, that was because that was for our Maury Povich episode.
I just made that up. You really did want him on.
No. It was a joke. But no, there's no fucking way Jades was ever coming on. But his melt was fantastic, and he's been floggish in general, but that was pretty funny. And him and Melt staff have basically quietly revived the Terror Squad, which I'm sure everyone's glad about that.
Yeah, great. Terror Squad.
Whoa.
Anyway, we're unanimous on Jades as Flog of the Month.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, 100%.
Let's look back at last podcast poll, and it was what is most concerning, with 4.5% Hadouken drinking the Kool-Aid, 13.6% Geelong's youth, 15.9% Hawthorn's key position defender development, just falling short with 34.1% was Waite and Higgins as North's best players. Oh, sorry, that just one beating 31.8% Jack
More
Watts
North.
loves having Lumumba in the leadership group.
Oh,
So,
he
yeah.
does. Pass it to the left-hand side.
Let's go to the previews for round one, and we'll start with the opener, Richmond Carlton. Look,
Is this the best, most look forward to game on the Bay? Because
I think so.
it's a win-win either way.
And look,
Look,
but one thing
Why
that's
I
been
look
different this year is that we haven't had the Carlton supporter hope. You know, we're going to win
not
the
even
flag,
Cruise
we're the
Missile's
best team ever.
parts in it, is it?
There's no, Big Reddy back, and, no the general or whatever the fuck his name is these days. The Carlton supporters have been quite, I don't know, subdued.
It's because they're shit. Look,
But they've always been shit, but they've always been deluded that they're better than Richmond.
They're a different level of shit. They haven't been this shit since they're winning spoons.
They've done it out. They're just deluded on drugs, and they can't even be bothered saying how they're going to be.
They've joined Harry O'Brien and smoked some weed.
There was a time there where the season opener when Richmond played Carlton, we got our asses handed to us because we were just rubbish. Well, now the tables have turned, and I'm looking forward to a big one. I think this will be one of those, going back to the first year, jokes, this will be one of them 10-goal wins. So,
See,
good
I'm
luck.
800% confidence.
800% confidence, mate.
I'm actually tipping Carlton because I think the melt from the Richmond supporters would be much more enjoyable than a Carlton loss.
I'm going to hold you to that tip like we hold Teach to his.
Well, I'll fucking change it later. 5% tipping comp. Fuck you.
Cookie, how you going?
I think Richmond should win, but I've got the nagging thought in my brain that Carlton will do them in a boil over.
And Fifey will hold you to that. He'll hold you to that tip, even if you want to change it later.
Yeah, probably will change it later. Maybe.
And
he's been on one episode and he's a Teach disciple.
Yeah, I think
It's fucking bullshit.
Richmond will win by a small margin. But
I think Fifey will go to the game.
I knew you were going to say that after he said that. I was like, that just sounds like he was going to, yeah.
Richmond by plenty.
10 goals?
Oh, at least.
Oh, see, he's got even more than 800% confidence. Let's move on to what is a truly uninspiring game after that. Melbourne Gold Coast at the MCG.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Gary
I reckon
Ablett
there's
will
gonna
beat Gold Coast.
I reckon Gary Ablett's going to have more possessions than people at the ground.
I don't think Gary Ablett will play, but Gold Coast will still win.
Yeah.
What's this?
I still think my statement is correct, whether or not Gary is on the ground.
Is this Saturday during the day?
It'd be like the Sheffield Shield final. It's Saturday, 1:40. It's the early game.
All right, Gold Coast.
Wait, you had to know what time of day it was?
Yeah,
Why?
because they're shit at night in Melbourne.
Who's shit at night? Oh, Melbourne.
Oh,
Okay.
he's saying Gold Coast are shit at night, so he's saying his teach
Oh,
logic is Gold Coast will lose.
Is this a thing? Is this something we got to keep an eye on this year? Gold Coast can't win at night in Melbourne.
Yeah,
Gold Coast haven't played any night games in Melbourne.
I'm wondering when was the last time they played a night game in Melbourne?
probably never.
They played Twilight.
I think they might have played North Melbourne.
This is the
at
sort of
Melbourne
wisdom that
during
wins
the
you a 5-man tipping competition.
Hey, the cash is in my pocket, cunt.
Oh, fuck. You're worse than those scammers after Sue's.
I might get it to make me a website.
An avatar. How about an avatar? You can have one at
Wallpaper.
defensive stands.
Oh, yeah. Might get one of those, yeah.
Sydney versus Essendon at ANZ. This one's a twilight game. I don't know what it's like with Sydney at, iffy times, or Essendon Teach, but I think the Swans will win.
Swans need to win this for the good of football and put the Essendon Spurs in place. 100 points, Sydney. Do not let
this
Australia
game's not
down.
on 7, because can you imagine Luke Darcy talking about Essendon being brave?
Oh, fucking don't.
But I don't
So
know,
glad
man,
it's
because Essendon are going to be up and pumped, and Sydney always starts slow.
Yeah, they do.
I
They lost
reckon
the
it-
Giants last year.
I reckon it's going to be another week of smug Essendon cunts going, oh yeah, we're good.
Makes the fall better, I guess. But yeah, has anyone not tipped?
Swans for me.
Swans by 30.
Colours.
Well, this is the big return game. Brisbane, Collingwood, Dane Beams against Collingwood.
And the dirty rooter who left his pregnant slag behind and
He's got a name.
ran up to
The guy who's, according to Geelong, as good a footballer as Reece Stanley.
Yeah, the guy who, he rooted some slag and then got her pregnant and then ran up to the Brisbane. He's going to be playing for Urawa Red Diamonds on the left wing next year when he fucks it up in Brisbane next year.
Someone's not bitter.
Yeah, I know. This is a bit of
Doesn't
anger there.
Doesn't that happen in Geelong all the time?
I copped stick for being melty earlier. Listen to that. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but at least Teach was going to come on the vlogcast. I don't want to do it anymore. Has anyone got recording equipment? Because I just don't want to do it.
You're a cunt. Oh, shit.
I'm going to tip Brisbane. Collingwood is shit.
Yeah, Brizzy.
I'm on Collingwood. Rockcliffe, another 35 ineffective disposals.
They got Beams and Rich and those other guys.
Yeah, but they don't have a forward line. They've got fucking Taylor Swift as their best forward, and he's, as short as me.
Brisbane for me.
The drug cheats, Collingwood.
the other night game that night is Bulldogs West Coast from Etihad, and I think the roof will be closed.
Ooh, this is going to be a good game.
See,
should
regardless
be.
of the fact that Josh Kennedy averages 500 goals a game against us, I believe we will win.
I'm on West Coast because they always start the year as like a house on fire, and they get people excited, and then
And they always play us round one. Fuck.
Usually it's over there though.
Yeah,
I think.
true. I think we alternate between Josh Kennedy kicking 10 goals on us at home and away.
Cookie,
I have to go West Coast. I mean,
Why do you have to always be last on tips that aren't Geelong?
because I have to be last.
Because his tips are important. He's to teach.
Yes.
it's not guys finish last and all that shit.
And because
Sorry.
he can change them at the end of the week.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting you, Cookie, but he does seem to be happy to hang back on. Used to be just Geelong games, but now he's
No, every tip is important.
making it all about himself.
West Coast.
Yeah,
The teach
West
cup.
Coast.
Bulldogs.
Go doggies.
All right, Sunday the early game, St Kilda versus the Giants from Etihad.
All right.
Maybe
Well, I'll
I'll
tell you what. I'll fucking go first. All right.
I reckon the Giants are going to win.
Oh, cunt.
Giants.
Oh, fuck.
Cookie, quick.
St Kilda.
No.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, as much as I'd like to delude myself into thinking St Kilda's going to win, GWS's midfielders are going to smash us. So Giants by 60 points, sorry.
60 goals.
Look, St Kilda are up and about early normally in recent years because Revolt, he hits the season hard. But I think the Giants, I've already picked them for the 8. I think they're going to be ready. For this.
Midfield's is too strong, and our kicking out of defense is fucking horrifying.
You should get Clint Jones back to rectify that.
Bit improvement.
Oh, well, he already had a couple of horrible turnovers when he was playing for the Essendon team, wasn't he?
The next game on the Sunday is Adelaide versus North from.
Is the roof open?
Well, that's
It's
a
at,
big
no, it's at
game.
it's at Adelaide Oval.
This is a big, big game.
There's Captain Tex against
I'll be watching this one.
Okay, we didn't even know that, but
Are you on the North wagon again?
he is. Remember, he's fucking on the premiership.
North haven't won a round one game under Brad Scott's tenure.
Hang on. I'm just pushing in. I'm pushing in the key.
Crash.
Bandwagon is rolling.
Don't kill Royals again like you did last year.
Yeah.
Zombie Royals.
Yeah,
North will win.
Fuck, that was
Adelaide.
such a disappointment. All that build up just for him to say North will win.
That's
I want to go
for
with the Crows, man.
Yeah, I reckon Jared
Tex
Waite to
kicked
get
off.
suspended and North to lose in a close one.
I'll tip North. What's a pass mark for Higgins, by the way?
Ant, what's a pass mark? Getting on the park, running out the game.
Our pass mark for Higgins is to go for a contested ball and not get beaten by his opponent. Because he's a good outside player. He'll kick a couple of
He
goals.
won't be playing backline at North, man.
He'll-
He'll be playing forward midfield.
It doesn't matter where he plays. He's not very good. But
Well, if he's playing forward or midfield, he won't get a touch because Boomer won't give it to him.
no, Higgins will kick 30 goals this year for North because he's a good outside player.
That's a concession of sorts.
Well, no, but he's soft as butter, but he's good at what he does.
Like the opposite of Nathan Jones. Let's go to, okay, Dan, we'll skim over this.
Yeah,
Freo Port.
quickly.
Look, I think the pufferfish.
I'm giving
start
this
the
team
year.
nothing unless they kick 100 points. No, I've got no time for defensive football. It's boring. It's crap. No one wants to watch it.
I second that motion.
Suck shit, Crowley.
What about you've breakfast in Kilda? They've been playing some horribly low-scoring games over the past couple of years, man.
That's why I say I second that motion.
There you go. I want to go the Pinchies.
Yeah, I'm going pufferfish.
All right, teachers last.
What game were we talking about?
Where am I? What day is it?
St
We're going-
Kilda versus GWS.
Oh, we did that one.
No, it's the game of the round, mate.
It's Hawthorn Geelong.
Yeah.
You fucking wankers. So it's what? It's Port Fremantle, yeah?
Is it?
Where?
Oh,
It's
fucking
at
Fremantle.
yeah.
In a
Do you need to
stadium.
know?
Where?
In a stadium.
What? Well, is it in Perth or is it in fucking Adelaide?
It's in fucking Perth.
All right, Port.
You really needed to. Jesus Christ.
We changed it anyway, who cares?
I was winding you up.
You just wasted everyone's time. All the people listening are gonna go, that fucking Teach, he's wasted all this time, he's not even funny.
I thought it was funny, you Melton. It wasn't quite today's result, Melt, but it was good.
Hawthorn Geelong's the final game on Easter Monday.
Oh,
This is usually an interesting one, particularly early on.
game of the round.
Yeah, probably.
They're always good contests, these games.
They are, and early in the seasons when Geelong generally seems to get them as well, like apart from that streak, but last year I think they still got them in round one, correct? Or am I wrong? Can't
Yeah, we
remember.
did.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, and despite Hawthorn smacking them, I think, the second time round. But yeah, who we got on this?
Teach, do you want to go first? No, he's not saying.
Just go, Dan.
Gosh. Hawks. Best team in the top. I mean, no reason not to go against them.
Cooksen.
Geelong by 1 point. Why not? Fuck it.
Ant. Does this every fucking time.
It's a tipping standoff.
It is. We've got...
I reckon I'm going to go the Hawks.
Going.
But I'll change my tip later while Teach is talking.
Teach. Alright.
Alright, can't you finish?
Yes, we're finished.
You still there, Fifey? Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
haven't picked Fifey. Fucking do it.
I tipped second right after Dan.
Who'd you go for?
We all
Four.
heard what he went for.
All right, that's.
Yeah, I'm tipping Geelong.
Oh, you fucker.
Yeah, Hawthorn might just start a little bit slowly, and Geelong seem to get him on this game. So yeah, that is everything for the round one vlogcast. So yeah,
Thank God footy's back.
yeah, it's actually nice to be talking about football instead of other shit.
You know how we sucked last vlogcast? I reckon
I think
we sucked more this time.
I think we were worse as well. Yeah.
No offense, Cooksen, but you really let us down.
Yeah. You were
Wouldn't spirit of
supposed
what
to-
you expect.
you were supposed to
First,
be the-
yeah, last one in. Yeah.
ingredient, and you just fucked it. Yeah.
Nah, you did it right, man. It's all good. Yeah.
Very good debut.
We are better when we've got football to talk about, I think. And I didn't watch much of the NAB, to be completely honest. So
Nah, me neither.
someone will lose at the weekend.
An upset would be good. That we can start talking football again and all this SADA
Yeah,
nonsense.
and we'll get to really get stuck into shit.
There's,
So yeah,
there's going to be a streaker into Collingwood Brizzy game trying to hug Dane Beams or something stupid like that.
I'll stab Dane Beans.
Or it'll be Morgs.
Morg's trying to destroy him with a gigantic watch.
The
That is a
streaker
big
needs to
fucking
have
watch, I've
orange
never
hair.
seen that.
Tourette's.
Durance.
Anyway, this was the podcast for round one. Starburns joined by Dan,
I still call you Fifey. What the hell's the Starburns stuff?
Ant.
See you later, fuck.
You're not even going to answer the question.
No,
What does it mean?
It's a character in
Community.
yeah. The guy had
Okay.
he had sideburns shaped like stars.
Do you, Fifey Starburns, do you really have star-shaped sideburns?
He does. He's just a lot smaller.
You're living up to your name, that's good.
Teach.
Good night.
Did I say Ant?
No, you didn't.
Ant.
Yeah, see you later.
And joining us for his first appearance, Cooksen.
Guten Tag.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next week when we'll hopefully have something better to talk about.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.